She had lost, and she knew that. The word was his weapon, and those who admired him were his victims. Francois looked out at an audience with a warm smile and an empty heart. He was not to miss his target. He never did. His words were sharp, clear, and meaningless, truly understood by none, but accepted as truth by all. I can make no judgments upon my opponent, but I ask you who have known him as a mayor for the last 2 years, has he acted as if he were a man of the people? Have your lives gotten any better? Has crime in our city decreased? Are there more jobs? And what about all those promises he's made to our young people? Where are all the improvements in education? I don't need to answer these questions for you, because you can answer them for yourselves. And once you've answered these questions, ask yourselves just one more question. Ask yourself the question, do I want another 2 years of this? Once you have asked yourselves that question, I'm sure you will say no, and that you will vote for me. How can you people cheer? She thought, watching the crowd become ecstatic. He has in fact said nothing. Are you people listening? Have you no ears or minds to perceive the emptiness of what he has said? She cried at this point. How can I stop this? This is the idea that went through her mind. To most it might seem like a simple plea of desperation, but in all truth it was a heartfelt cry to God. Francois was followed by reporters, supporters, and fans as he stepped down from the podium. Everyone was reaching out for him and wanting to be a part of the Tcharazak magic. She wanted to cut off the TV, but she couldn't. She too was attracted to his magic, his way of making people believe lies, or simply saying something vague and letting them believe what they wanted. That was the magic that Francois had in his grasp. But it seemed to her that she was the only person who understood that. She had no magic to fight this wizard of lies. Powerless against a person whose hunger for power was like that of a child's for candy. He was to her more frightening than any monster that could have existed in the imagination of the maddest minds in the world. And that was what was driving her to madness tonight. Each handshake held a poison in it, the poison of a vacant promise. Every word was laced with death, the death of dreams and hope for a people. However, the packaging was so beautiful that no one would ever dare to think that danger lay there within. Francois was a magnificent man in every way, except for spirit and thought. Given all his physical magnificence, the blond wavy hair, the eyes of blue fire that beamed no matter the time of day, the smile that was whiter than bones that have been bleached in the desert sun, the thin, taut body with a well-defined muscular frame, who would think that this man could be anything less than a messenger from heaven itself? That is how Jean-Luc Pichard saw him that night, an angel sent from heaven above to change his life and the lives of those like him, and Jean-Luc pushed and shoved his way to Francois in hopes of being a part of the magic. Jean-Luc waded through the crowd, eager to shake hands with a man who he thought would change his life. Little did he know how true that statement would become. Jean-Luc thought if he could speak to his idol for a minute, just to let him know how thankful he was for what Francois was trying to do, how remarkable it would be if he could let him know how wonderful he thought he was. That is when the moment came. Upon that very thought, Jean-Luc was face to face with his Savior. "You don't know how happy I am to meet you, Mr. de Tcharazak." Francois was slightly taken aback by Jean-Luc because there was something familiar about him, like someone he had known in the past. It didn't take the press any time at all to pick up on the familiarity, or should I say the
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.